Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about one of the most controversial books of the 21st century, The Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown. If you're more into puzzles, thrillers, and a lot of controversies, then this book is definitely for you. So before I start talking about the details of the juicy plot, let's talk a little about the history behind the book. We have to also give a little credit to the author, Mr. Dan Brown, because he has just beautifully blended history, art, and religion, which serves as the backbone of the book. Now, coming back, the central theme of the book is based on a secret society called Priory of Sion that dates back to the Middle Ages. This secret society is supposed to guard a secret. It's believed to guard a secret, a very powerful secret, if revealed, might destroy the Christian faith forever. Not only that, another central element of the book is the painter Leonardo da Vinci. Now, Leonardo is the name of the painter, and Da Vinci literally translated means from Vinci. So it's basically Leonardo from Vinci. So I think the book should have been titled as Leonardo's Code instead of the Da Vinci Code. Anyways, the Da Vinci Code sounded better. Maybe the author went with that. So, anyways, coming back to the thing, Leonardo's painting was supposed to have some hidden messages. According to the claim of this book, Leonardo's famous paintings like the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper has some of hidden messages in them, which talks about the life of Jesus. Not only that, this book also involves some lines and phrases from Gospels and other ancient texts that give us a different point of view about the lives and teachings of Jesus. Now, Brown has really did some homework. He just not simply blabber things. So he gives authentic references from authentic sources that claims that all of the theories given in this book is absolutely true. So whether you believe or not, it's up to you, but no one can ever deny that the plot of the book is absolutely intriguing. It is a very silent night in Paris, a regular night, and everything is silent. And suddenly, the curator of the Louvre Museum is dead. So, a curator is a person who is simply but the guardian of the museum. Before he dies, he draws some weird drawings with his blood and just, lies down naked on the floor and tries to give us some pose, which we will, find out later in the book. Next comes our protagonist, Robert Langdon, who is a symbologist. So he is a person who studies about ancient symbols from history, and he is called into the crime scene to decode the drawings uh, drawn by the curator. Now, we all might be thinking that the protagonist Robert Langdon here is to help solve the crime scene. Not only us, even he is thinking that he is there to help solve the crime scene, but actually, he is the prime suspect of the murder, according to the French police. If you turn a few more pages, there comes Sophie Nouet, who is a cryptologist, a code breaker. So she comes and she helps Robert Langdon escape from the police. And then from there, they both join together. They are the team. They are going to, solve all the clues given by the curator before he died. Now, as they solve clue after clue, they reach a point where they find that they are hunting for the Holy Grail of Jesus Christ. Now, the Holy Grail is not simply a wine cup, but this is the Holy Grail if founded would destroy the foundation of the Christianity itself. Now, this plot is a roller coaster of puzzles, cryptic codes, and secret messages, and also a lot of controversial theories. So, Dan Brown has just, mixed fact and fiction and just served it in a very beautiful way that we cannot put this book down once we start reading. The best part of the book and the most important reason I would recommend this book or you must read is because this book is banned and it was a massive hit at the time of its release in the year 2003, if I'm not wrong. So this book has been sold at least more than million copies all over the world, and this book is debatable even now. If you can find sources, a lot of documentaries and a lot of adaptations has been made from this book. So this book is a must read. Secondly, what I liked about the book is there is a lot of historical information broken down in a very simple way. Instead of reading a dry history book, the author has really given us served us the historical information in the form of puzzles, cryptic codes, and symbologies used in the book. So the plot is very absorbing. Finally, this book has been adopted in the form of a movie. Unlike other movie adaptations of other books, I really love the movie because it was directed in a very brilliant way. Though it does not have a lot of details as given in the book, but you would really enjoy it if you get a chance to watch it. So that's all about today's book. If you have read the Da Vinci Code, kindly let me know in the comments if you really believed what this book claims to say. Thank you.